welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country.
Roll Tide, baby. Good luck, brother.
Taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Ray. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Turning it on! Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on, it's the corner who wins, knocking it away for the incompletion. That won't be the last time these two guys go toe-to-toe, but this is where your eyes need to be all game long.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
They boot it away on 4th down. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Finds his man on the left. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The give out of the gun. Oh, he's got some space. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it.
Well, there's a big run on offense, and guys, I don't think a defender even touched him anywhere near the line of scrimmage. That's how big that hole was.
Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Slams it ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Ray. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys.
Breaks into the open. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football.
He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Fires to the big fella. Still on his feet at the 45. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. And the Rebels look to keep this drive humming. The give from the gun. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Got a man. It's Lee. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Rebels will come to the line to convert on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Looking for the tie with the extra point. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And now the hit knocks it loose. Almost a disaster on that return, but they jump on it and they'll maintain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that, and the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He's got it on the right. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Caught close to the marker, it's Bernard. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. There he goes. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
He's going to take off. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Oh, big fella almost had a pick right there. Instead, it falls incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
He's got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Ready to try the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ray. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pulls it in, it's Lee.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
From the gun to give, looking for room. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast and low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Buys a little time. Gonna try to get it himself. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. And an explosive play gets this offense working. The Rebels with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Wallace. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. He leaves it with his back. Showing off the arms. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on third down.
And I tell you what, when you got a guy that is that good at dissecting your defense, you better get pressure. Nice job by the defense, hurrying him up, speeding up the thought process.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Under fire. Got it set up on the outside. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll start this drive with a pass. With the catch, it's Lacy. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Grabbed over the middle, it's Wallace. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Got it in the middle, it's Lee. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He might want another play. Wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Here he goes breaking the pocket. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Rebels will kick it off to start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to...
Snatches it on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith. This guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy in the offense?
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Finds his man. It's Miller. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. No, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Finds the tight end. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Rebels with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Grab behind the line. It's Wallace. Inside the 15. Got enough space. Touchdown, Rebels. And they take it in for 6 more points. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Back to pass, it's Simpson. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Catch in the middle. It's Horton. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going to look downfield again. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking. And something's a little bit off, and I like the deep shot down the field. At least it was an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
Gets rid of it. Finds his man. It's Bernard. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, still going. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete to the right. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays.
Hey, good game so far, bro.
They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. And they're not on the same page there.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Motion from the wide receiver. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
All right, this offense just keeps trying to pound the ball into the end zone down tight, but the defense, they're very, very physical. So I think you got to think about either a perimeter run, a potential run pass.
He snares it in the end zone.
Nice.
Touchdown Tide. Before that
Yep.
score, considering last rites,
Sir.
now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now, I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Makes the grab. It's dribbling. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert.
Turning it on. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Direct snap. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Finds his big tight end. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
And after that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, and make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
Wants to adjust the pattern. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He splits the uprights. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the 4th.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Dropping back, it's Simpson. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
And this is a big 3rd down for this offense, man. I'm really interested to see how they attack. Because this defense, you can tell, man, they're going to continue to play aggressive. Late in the football game, they want to get a stop, get the ball back to their offense. A good chess match going on right now.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Deep into the 4th quarter of this game. Down by 6. They'll have to go for it on. He's looking deep. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete. And that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And this offense does.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.